Happy holidays, Natty Nation! It's Krysten Novak here with TheNattyHour.com. Hope you guys are enjoying Vlogmas so far. It has been a lot of fun. I love Christmas. I love this time of year. This is why I do Vlogmas. So let's get into today's video.
I've been doing things that they told me I should never do. I've been doing things that they told me I could never do now. Never do, I could never do. I've been looking back and I'm the only one who ever knew. My dreams began to turn out.
Now is honestly the perfect time of year to finally quit binge eating. This is actually an eating disorder. So typically with all the goodies and everything around this time of year, this is now the time to take action of this and eliminate binge eating from your lifestyle and your habits for good. It's not enough to just say, screw it, I'll start fresh in the new year. You need to start building these habits now, otherwise you're never gonna get over binge eating. So first thing that I honestly recommend that you do is admit that you have a problem. It's okay. We're all human. We all have problems. We all have things that we need to work on. Take it in and realize that this problem does exist. Once you actually accept that, you're on the right path to beat this problem once and for all. Now that you have finally admitted that you have a problem and that you are willing to finally get into a mental state where you're able to fix it, first thing that you want to do is determine when you find that you typically have binge episodes. Is it when you're bored? Is it when you restrict yourself? Is it when you go out for dinner with your friends and family and you restrict yourself then, and then you binge later on? So try to determine at what point in your life you find that you regularly have these binge episodes. And once you determine that, you want to try to then stay busy during those times. So if you find that you are bored at home and that's typically when you binge, that is the time for you to determine what you need to do to stay busy so that you're not eating just because you're bored. So stay busy, go exercise, go for a walk, go volunteer, go do some arts and crafts, scrapbooking, whatever you have to do to eliminate the amount of hours in the day that gives you potential to binge. Depending on where you're at within your fitness goals, say you have a refeed day, I would honestly make sure that your refeed day is in line with days that you typically binge. So maybe it's on the weekend when you're going out with your friends and family and when you're having fun and you let loose, move your refeed day to that day so it gives you more macronutrients to play with so that you don't find that you feel restricted when you're hanging out with your friends and family, and you can actually allot yourself more macronutrients so you have more flexibility to enjoy yourself, thus reducing your chances of binging. Next, I would determine at what point in the daytime do you find that you binge eat. Typically, most people, we binge eat because we feel stressed out and the stress kind of builds up throughout the day. Therefore, we are more likely to actually binge in the evening. So if you find that that is what is happening to you and you don't have a lot of macronutrients to play with, I would recommend actually fasting a little bit in the morning to allow yourself to save up some macronutrients for the evening, again to allow yourself more macronutrients to play with so you don't feel restricted, so you have more food to play with, overall reducing your likelihood of binging. Next recommendation is to consume high voluminous foods that are also lower in calories that are going to keep you more full, so more high fibrous foods, more protein in your diet. If you're consuming more of these types of foods, it's going to actually fill up your tummy, making you feel more full, which is going to reduce the sensation of wanting to binge. Next recommendation is to actually ensure that you are training on those typical days that you typically binge. If you are training on the days that you typically tend to binge, it's going to actually reduce the amount of stress that you're feeling, reducing the amount of hours in the day, reducing the amount of likelihood that you are to binge. So make sure that you're on an adequate training schedule. Your training split is set up in an optimal way that's going to ensure that it is on the days that kind of allow you to distract yourself and reduce days where you feel the most amount of stress. And then lastly, I would actually ensure that any foods that you're craving, this is not to be confused with trigger foods, any foods that actually find that trigger a binge, I would honestly recommend avoiding those foods, finding alternatives that might help quench the same type of cravings. Say you have a sweet tooth or you like something salty, try to find an alternative that's going to help satisfy those cravings, but make sure that you are not restricting yourselves from foods that you genuinely enjoy. The more restricted you feel, the more likely you are to binge. So make sure that you are not restricting yourself. Well, that's it, you guys. That's all I got for you today. I hope you found it helpful. I really find that a lot of people struggle with binge eating, especially this time of year as 2017 wraps up and we're gearing to get into 2018, and a know a lot of people can be feeling really emotional and just feeling maybe not ready for 2018. Maybe they feel like they didn't accomplish what they were wanting to in 2017. Therefore, it's likely going to increase your likelihood of binging to try to help satisfy those insecurities. So just know this, that it's just a day. It's just switching from 2017 to 2018. You still have time. You still have the ability to get it right again next year. So don't feel like you need to drown yourself in a bunch of food in order to feel better about yourself. You're better than that. So start implementing these tricks now. Start working on eliminating this horrible, horrible disorder and go into 2018 strong and ready to take on whatever your goals are. Thanks, you guys. I hope you found this helpful. Make sure you guys like the video, comment down below because I love hearing from you guys, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I really enjoy having you guys here. I will see you guys tomorrow.